Do you remember the moment you first questioned everything you were taught? When the truth whispered, not from the heavens, but from deep within your own soul. Such moments are often brought to us when we meet the pinnacle of our turbulence, the nadir, the highest point of your lowest low, a paradoxical state where the storm has claimed everything: possessions, people, pride, where only the barest essence of you remains. No further fall is possible from here. The only thing left is the will to begin again. From what drives you, your identity, and the fortunate and slightest chance of your existence. And so I return, past the genesis, beyond the extinction events, past every tectonic shift, to a time before time itself, to rediscover who I am and why I am here. Since I took billions of years in creation, and yet, here I stand, discontent, refusing to accept the present result of all my efforts, knowing there is still greatness to be achieved. Freud once wrote, "In the future of an illusion, when one has lived for quite a long time in a particular civilization and has often tried to discover what its origins were and along what part it has developed, one also feels tempted to take a glance in the other direction and to ask what fate lies before it and what transformations it is destined to undergo. But as soon one finds out that the value of such an inquiry is diminished from the outset by several factors. Above all, because there are only few people who can survey human activity in its full capacity." His words cut deep, because this inquiry begins within me, a confrontation with my true existence. Half my life, I built in the air, following doctrines that were never mine, shackles disguised as truth, comfort sold as destiny. I was told to live, but never to think. I remember one summer, my 5-year-old showing his melted ice pop on the kitchen counter. He asked, "Why could things happen this way?" That small, simple loss cut me deeper than I expected, because I was living the same way, saving things in places that couldn't hold them. And then the bigger losses came. Businesses gone, investments collapsed, vehicles lost, the house under threat, friends faded, stability evaporated. I sat, watching the slow falling away of everything I had worked to build, the downward slide into a place where there was nothing left to lose. Perhaps that is the reason. That emptiness felt like death. And yet, it taught me a lesson no comfort ever could. Imagine dipping a blade into syrup, lifting it slowly. Everything pours back to the cup until only one drop clings to the tip. That fragile drop. That is what remained of me. My thinking, my self-belief, my will. Everything external had fallen away. The weight, the pride, the anxiety. And in that strange clarity, I saw value. Only through reason will I be free. Only through reason will I find purpose. Not in promises of an afterlife, but in the work I build now. Do you remember the first time you questioned what you'd been taught? When the truth didn't come from the sky, but from the quiet inside you? They told us God lived far away, behind clouds and books. But what if he was never out there, and always right here, inside you? Through pain, through loss, through the breaking and rebuilding of who you are, you meet that presence. Not in sermons, not in rote rituals, in the quiet echo of your own thoughts. Every trial, a mirror. Every scar, a seal of becoming. You were not saved by faith alone. You were saved by the courage to look clearly, to peel away borrowed beliefs, until the one thing left was the truth. You. The greatest revelation is not that God exists, but that you are inseparable from him. That the divine spark is not something to earn, but the essence you have carried since the beginning. Awaken. The temple you seek was never built by human hands. It was always your mind, your heart, your soul. Do not waste it dancing to the tune of lies. Wake up. Think for yourself. Reclaim your origins. Here, at the Nadir, where the storm has taken everything, you decide. Will you remain broken, or will you rise? The future is waiting. This is the reason.